So let's check the replay of this game I just played on leather against this human player WANDERBRAUN, which is a game that explains how to play Night Elf one-base style against a human who's going for a one-base style. What you want to do in terms of buying time, delaying the human as much as you can and fight on your own terms instead of just reacting to what the human is doing, okay? Which I believe is the key. If you can do that, if your opponent is going for this style, you should be able to buy time and delay him, as you don't have the pressure of an expansion to stop, okay? You can see that this wisp is moving on the north, because I don't know how this guy plays. I don't know if he's gonna go for an expansion or not, so always scout with the wisp. Ancient of War creeping, I'm gonna get the keeper. It's very important not to forget the Hunter Soul here, because Night Elf is not my main. Recently I've been mostly playing human, so since I don't always play Night Elf, sometimes I do forget Hunter Soul. So my mantra on this game, when I was playing this game, I was like, don't forget Hunter Soul, don't forget Hunter Soul, don't forget Hunter Soul, because it really blocks you if you forget the Hunter Soul. So my mantra was just tech and then build Hunter Soul, tech and build Hunter Soul. Don't forget the Hunter Soul. Such a key building for Elf. I'm not going to try and get the Tome of Experience here because I don't want to engage him before level 2. First I want to get level 2 and then I'm okay with engaging. But before I don't want to engage because I don't have Entangle, and without Entangle I cannot get the foodies, so it's safer to creep this camp here. So I expect my creeping to be a little bit slower than the human, but it's fine.
I stand ready.
As long as it doesn't damage my economy, as long as it doesn't get my wisps, it's okay. Even if it gets level 3, you can see it's gonna be aggressive right now at level 2, but he didn't creep that well because his foodies are already low HP. I'm gonna lose one archer, but trade it for one footman. And this wisp that I have at the tavern to get the alchemist is gonna be very handy, allowing him to do a little bit of a blocking and just detonate the water elemental, and in the end get the water elemental, which grants me a lot of experience. So I got one footman, one water elemental in exchange for one wisp, which was detonated, and some mana, and one archer. So it was super worth it for me, since the wisp doesn't give him any experience. So he only got the experience from the archer, I got the experience from the footman and the water elemental. And it's okay to detonate one wisp. But you don't want to detonate too much, okay? If you use like 3 wisps to detonate, it's not good. You need the wood as elf, so 1 wisp is fine. I'm gonna get another footman here, but he gets level 3. That's normal because the humans, they can creep just with militia. Oh, gonna get another water elemental here, that's very good for me. As human, you can get this camp, then this, or this, and you can creep with militia only the turtles. That's the difference, you cannot do it with elves. So if you see me playing human, you have seen me doing it a lot of times. Like, that's my standard creep route as human. Creep this, then go here, and at the same time I creep this with turtles. Ah, okay, and then I get this one, and that's level 3. So it's very easy to get level 3 with human on this map. I have 4 archers, it's time to get the alchemist. I will have to use another wisp because the wisp that I had at the tavern has been used to detonate the water elemental, so I don't have it right now.
Ready to brew.
But it's fine, I get my alchemist. Now I'm gonna creep the shop here. Let's move forward a little bit. So I just creep the shop, get a nice potion to get more mana. Don't pick the tome because there's no time for that. It kinda stops the flow of the game. So sometimes I pick tomes, sometimes I don't. It depends if what I have to do. If I have something more important to do, I will not pick up the tome. Especially if it's a tome of agility and I'm playing a keeper. Maybe if it was a tome of intelligence, maybe I would have invested the 5 seconds that it takes me. Oh, and that was very nice. You see why you want to move fast. By going for his base, I'm not only buying time, but I'm also going to be able to catch some possible reinforcements. So that's very good. I do play human, so I know how much it hurts to lose those units in the mid game. You don't want to lose those units, especially when you're going for a push. I don't know what is it doing right now, but yeah, it's town portaling, so that's a double victory for me. I do have staff, so I can soak up a lot of damage here with the alchemist, and then staff him out, and then you just annoy him with the trees. You don't need to micro them. Keep in mind, I'm not microing my trees right now. I was just summoning them, and my only micro is staff and move back the archers, essentially. Once you summon the trees, you don't need to micro them. You click them, you A-move them into the peasant line, and then they will do the job by themselves. Don't micro trees, because if you micro trees, you might do mistakes with your army and maybe lose your second hero. You don't want to do that. So you can see this army looks very not powerful, okay? That's 4 archers, 1 keeper, 1 alchemist, and that's it. I cannot fight. But that's because I'm rushing tier 3, I'm rushing mountain giants, going for the composition that I believe to be the most powerful, which is archers and giants. Oh. Keeper is out of range, so not gonna be able to entangle that one, as the creeper was essentially behind the trees when I found that priest. So you can see he wants to move towards my base, he wants to go for a push, but he quite doesn't know what to do. He's a little bit undecisive here, and I don't know why he's not pushing. I don't think he scouted my protector. So keep in mind, him going back to defend base is a big mistake, because that's his power spike, okay? That's the timing where he should be attacking me, and he's not attacking anything. But even if he attacks me, because I'm prepared, I have a protector here, which is also walled off by this moonwell, so that's a very nice base layout. I don't think he can do a lot here. But I don't know if he scouted this protector, so I don't know why he's not. I don't know why he's not pushing really. It would be more normal, more natural if he tries to push me and then sees the protector and then backs off. But he didn't do that, so I think he's just scared to lose too much economy. Doesn't want. I think he's just scared of Trin's harass. Keep in mind, this Trin is only level 1 because I went for level 2 entangle, so it's not like I can summon 6 Trins or something like that. I can only summon like 2 of them, they won't do too much. But apparently that's enough to keep him going back.
Our warriors have engaged.
And basically he's losing the game right here with all of this. He has a nice army, but he's not using it. This is a nice army, but it's a tier 2 army. He's creeping a lot. He's 4-2, soon 4-3, while I'm 3-1. But it doesn't matter, as soon as I have mountain giants, I should be in a good position. But of course I'm playing very carefully, because I know how strong human tier 3 is, so I'm not underestimating human, so I was playing very carefully, trying to not overextend, just keep buying time to get mountain giants, trust in the mountain giants. But at this point of the game I still didn't know if I was going to win or not. Like at this point the game is still very open, because one mistake, if I lose one of my heroes, I lose the game essentially. So I have to play well, I have to stay careful. Building more moonwells. Now it's the time to get the orb, very important, because this strategy only works if you have orb. If you don't have orb, essentially you don't have damage, because when you go purely for archers and mountain giants, your damage is archers and orb of venom. But the orb of venom is actually more important than the archers, because the archers can get sniped, while the keeper usually stands and spreads the damage. So acid bomb and orb of venom is it's your damage, and the water and the mountain giants are your tank. You also don't have any dispel against the dryads. I mean against the... You don't have any dryads, so you don't have any dispel against the water elementals. So you kinda have to ignore them. And now he's going for the push, but it's too late. As a human you want to push when there's only one mountain giant, or two at most. But if you push the Night Elf when there are four mountain giants already, if the Night Elf is at least decent, you shouldn't be able to win anymore. Okay? Then if the Night Elf is a totally new, if he's a new player or a bad player, then you can still win. But if the Night Elf is a decent player and he has 4 mountain giants and all you have is rifles, that should be unwinnable. Like there's no way he can win at this point. The only thing his only win condition could be if he expands and I don't scout it, and then he gets inner fire, knights, and a 3rd hero. And with mortar teams, inner fire goes for hero focus. But he doesn't even have a mountain king, so how is he gonna kill my keeper? Boom. And now I'm even gonna be able to force a TP now. Think about this, because this is a key moment. While I was in the game, I thought 2 times about doing this camp. I really thought about doing this camp, because it's normal, you are here, you are greedy, you want to get the item, this camp can give a great item. So I really thought I want to get this camp, but then I was like, what if he comes back right now? If he creep jacks me here, I'm done. Okay, I'm gonna take a lot of damage. So I didn't do that, and I was like, okay, let's be aggressive, let's try to annoy him once again, let's try to attack him. And that was very good, because I catched him out of position and now he lost TP again. And now I can finally creep this camp. So I creep this camp, get Tome of Intelligence and an amazing item. I got Ancient Jungle, so that was a very lucky item, but it doesn't matter. I mean, even if I don't get this item, now I have this type of army with 1 upgrade on the defense, 5 mountain giants, all he has is rifles, so my army kind of hard counters his army. That's the hard counter. He's going to I3 though, so he's gonna have inner fire. And now I'm going for the expo, because like I said, first I'm going here because I want to see if he's creeping this, and he already crapped it, so he crapped a lot more than I did. He's 4-3, I am 4-2. But my army is the hard counter to his army. So I see he's expanding, because that's the obvious move. I mean, the only thing that can keep him back into this game is an expansion, so I go there. And yeah, he doesn't even try to fight and he leaves. I think he could have fought, in other words. But yeah, I think he didn't have a chance anymore. So Couldn't go for hero focus. Yeah, it was over. It was over. And this is pretty much how you play against this style. Be aggressive and try to delay the push. As much as you can. I don't think he played it properly though. He should have pushed earlier. And we have to see what I would have done against an earlier push. But I think I was prepared because I had this protector here. So against a human that pushes me earlier, it's gonna be about micro and how well I can defend by using Moonwells, Moonjuice, and the protector and repair. But I think with this build, on this map, with a nice base layout, I can still hold against an earlier push and then transition into Mountain Giants, and once I have Mountain Giants then I'm in a very good spot. So, but against a human who's not pushing you, like with one rifle, you want to go for this style. Against human you always want to go for his base, always want to go for his base, always gonna want to go for his base, because that's the most annoying thing you can do. I do play human myself, so I know how annoying it is. Losing units, having to go back, having to micro your peasants, having to care about the lumber. Always want to go for his base and try to buy as much time as you can. Build Mountain Giants in the back, and then once you have 4, 5, 6 Mountain Giants, you are basically unstoppable. So GG.